of the Adventure Golf Unit. Today we will be looking at perimeter. Just one vocabulary word to copy. Pause it if you need to. Looking at perimeter, perimeter is the distance or the length around the outside of an enclosed polygon. And we measure perimeter using units of length. So we are, you can choose either standard or metric. Centimeters, inches, feet, yards, meters, kilometers, or miles. And each one of these would be taken to the first power, because we're only talking about one dimension when we measure length. In the rectangle that you see here, you see 4 congruent right angles. You see 2 pairs of parallel sides. If this side is 13, this side is 13. And if this side is 8, this side is 8. So I look at the rectangle, and the perimeter would be 13 plus 13, which is 26, plus 8, which is 34, plus 8, which is 42. So my perimeter here would be 42 inches. And again, it would be 42 inches to the first power because I'm just talking about one dimension, which is length. I do not have to put the 1 there. I can just leave it as 42 inches. Looking at these 3 examples, each of these examples show you something slightly different with triangles. The first one is a right acute right scalene triangle. All 3 side lengths are different. 1 right angle, 2 acute angles. This is actually a primitive Pythagorean triple, 5, 12, 13. And my perimeter here would be 5 inches plus 12 inches, which is 17 inches, plus 13 inches, which is 30 inches. So my perimeter, or the length around this triangle, would be 30 inches. The second example here, the thing that's different is my units change from one side to another. When I'm adding units for my perimeter, I need to make sure all of my units are the same when I'm adding lengths. In this case, I think it's easier to convert these all to feet. I know that 144 inches would be 12 feet. So 12 inches less than that, 132 would actually be 11 feet. So in this case, 11 feet is equal to 132 inches. So my perimeter would be 9 feet, 11 feet, which is 20, and 5 feet, which is 25 feet. The third example that you see here, there are tick marks on each of these 2 sides, which tells you these 2 sides are congruent, which means this side is also 8 feet, meaning that I have an acute isosceles triangle. 8 plus 8 is 16. 16, and then I add 5 more to that, gives me a sum of 21 feet, or a perimeter of 21 feet. A couple more examples. A square with a side length of 7 meters. Anytime you are given something in words with no pictures, I always suggest drawing the pictures just to make sure. 7 meters, 7 meters, 7 meters, 7 meters, 7 times 4. The perimeter of that square is 28 meters. Rectangles with sides of 3 and 11. 3, 11, 14, 17, 25. I did something wrong. 3 and 11 is 14. 27 plus 11 is also 28 meters. A rhombus with a side length of 15. A rhombus means that it has all 4 sides congruent. So if one side length is 15, all 4 side lengths would be 15. So I could do 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15, or 15 times 4, which I know is 60, and my units would be centimeters. Down here I have a trapezoid, 1 pair of parallel sides. This 8 feet I do not use when I'm finding perimeter because it's on the inside of the shape. I'm just going to use the 14.5, 19.25, plus 9 and 9. 0.25 and 0.5 is 0.75. 9, 9, 9 is 27, 31. I'm going to regroup that. 10, 20, 30. Or 10 and 20 plus 30 would be 51. So my perimeter around this trapezoid would be 51.75 feet. Here I have a parallelogram, 2 pairs of parallel sides. My opposite angles would be congruent. This angle would be congruent to this angle. This angle would be congruent to this angle. If this side is 3 inches, this side is 3 inches. If this side is 1 foot, this side is 1 foot. Here again, my units change from one side to the other. I'm going to change 1 foot to 12 inches. and I'm going to change it here as well. I would have 12 plus 12 is 24, 27, 30 inches would be my perimeter. Finding the perimeter of a composite figure, the rule stays the same. I'm just adding up the lengths of all of my sides. However, some of these do not have lengths given. Here I have 3.4, 2.5, 2, 6, 1, 3. This side is actually not given and must be found. If I know this overall length here is 3.4, this is 2, this is 1, this would actually be 0.4, which seems odd because this picture is completely not drawn to scale. But 2 plus 1 plus 0.4 would give me the 3.4 that matches this length. Then I'm simply going to add these together. I'm going to use the commutative property and I'm going to add them in an order that works for me. 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 6 is 10, 12. Now I'm going to break these numbers apart. 12 plus 5 is 17, plus 3 is 20, 22, 22.5, 23, 23.4, 23.8. And my units would be centimeters. So my perimeter around the shape would be 23.8 centimeters. Down here, 6, 5, 2, 4, 1, all sides are given. 6 plus 4 is 10, 15, 17, 18, 18 centimeters would be my perimeter. And down at the bottom, I'm going to have to unfreeze this. We can see that the bottom was 9 centimeters. It was written before my toolbar popped up on top of it. I've got 5, 9, 6, 3, 3. This side is not given. If my overall shape is 9 centimeters wide and I have 3 here and 4 here, which is 7 total, that must be 2 centimeters. 5 plus 4 is 9, 11, 13, 16, 19, 25, 34 centimeters would be my perimeter. In summary, to find the perimeter of a shape, we must add the lengths of each side. You are now ready to get online and print out the 8th hole scorecard. Thank you.